The Witcher 3 is a video game released by CD Projekt Red in 2015. Often quoted as one of the best games of all time, it has left its mark on the gaming industry. Today, we dive deep down to see what The Witcher 3 was about and why it became so successful. Despite being named The Witcher 3, no proof of the existence of previous installments has ever been found. The Witcher 3 follows the story of Geralt of Rivia, a famous monster hunter. This kind of monster hunter is called witchers. Witcher seems to simply be a fancy term for male witches. As we discover through the game, Geralt is indeed a magic user and is able to cast multiple spells, ranging from fire to mind control. Gameplay-wise, The Witcher 3 is a point-and-click dating simulator. The player controls Geralt as he goes on a quest to seduce as many witches as possible. This includes navigating to different areas of the world, completing fetch quests, and picking the correct dialogue options in order to date witches. On some rare occasion, Geralt is also able to follow the scent of panties left by his next target. The game was praised for its large and fully voiced cast, providing multiple romance options with different love interests such as Black Hair, Redhead 2, and Lambert. It also has fully animated sex scenes because apparently 3D polygons making love is something gamers are interested in. You all disgust me. Aside from the dating part, Geralt is also looking for his daughter, Ciri. This provides a lot of background in the form of side quests that supplement the dating simulation gameplay. And if you know your Witcher lore, you have probably realized by now that Ciri is indeed a nod to Apple iPhone's assistant, also named Siri.
Sorry, I didn't quite get that.
Indeed, after seeing how Cortana was integrated in the Halo franchise, CD Projekt Red struck a deal with Apple to promote their own artificial intelligence assistant. Ciri also has magical powers, but different from Geralt, as she seems to be able to control time and space. This makes her a very valuable target in the Witcher universe, and as such, she is pursued by the Wild Hunt. The Wild Hunt is a spooky group of wraiths led by Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible franchise. Yes, that game has a lot of crossovers. Although quite frightening at first, you learn later in the story that they are actually little bitch-ass elves that hide their faces behind a badass mask. The Wild Hunt was truly ahead of the 2020 pandemic. We also learn in the story that their world is dying, and that is the reason they are trying to invade Geralt's world. Maybe next time, don't rely on fossil fuels and recycle your plastic. Wild Hunt. On top of that Wild Hunt side quest, there is also another major plot point: the world might end, and Ciri will be the reason for its undoing. Geralt must therefore perform some specific tasks throughout the game in order to gain Ciri's trust and ultimately save the world. These quests, however, are completely skippable, which means that the game features different endings based on your in-game performance. In the bad ending, Ciri loses control of her power and destroys the world. This causes the world to be destroyed, which is not optimal for living beings. In the neutral ending, Ciri ascends using her power and becomes one with Apple. Geralt, however, is saddened by her disappearance and swaps careers to become an Apple Store customer support agent in an effort to get spiritually closer to Ciri. His life as a retail employee ultimately drives him mad. In the good ending, Ciri stops the end of the world and, thanks to Geralt's friendship, keeps her life doing so. Geralt then marries Lambert, and they both adopt Ciri and travel across the country as the Witcher family. The Witcher 3 story continues in the game's DLCs. The first DLC, Hearthstone, takes the form of a card game inspired by Gwent, a popular Witcher card game. Although I have tried to play Hearthstone, I have not seen a lot of similarities between the main game and this DLC. I guess kudos to CD Projekt Red for making it a standalone expansion. The second DLC is Blood and Wine and takes place in Toussaint, a faithful representation of medieval France. Toussaint is assaulted by a mysterious vampire, and Geralt sees this as a perfect opportunity to showcase his skills by trying to bang the queen. He doesn't succeed. The Witcher 3 has also spawned many adaptations in other media, such as a series of books that follow the story of Geralt before the game. More recently, a Netflix adaptation of the game was also launched, starring Superman as Geralt of Rivia. Although the books and TV shows stray away from the source material, which is the game, they have met a certain success, proving that there is still a lot of room for the Witcher franchise to grow. Hopefully, gamers will one day be able to enjoy new games such as The Witcher 1 or The Witcher 2, where we can learn more about Geralt and Lambert and how they became the power couple they are now known as. As of yet, CD Projekt Red has declined to answer my questions about the possibility of a Geralt and Lambert erotic novel.